Christopher, nice to see you after ages. You actually recognize me.
Thank you.
Very briefly, the trade union scene in Goa now, today. I know it's an unfair question to expect it in a minute.
The trade unions in Goa are fighting along with the other workers. They are fighting to see that their rights are safeguarded. Their laws which are there, which are today anti-labor, the 4 labor codes and all that goes with it. The government is on an offensive against the working class. So the working class cannot be expected to remain mute spectators. On 28th of March and 29th of March,
Banks.
we are going on a general strike.
With banks and everyone?
With banks, all public sector units all over India, coal, everything, port docks, everything. And we join them from Goa. And we join the large working class which is fighting against the anti-labor, anti-people policies of the government.
Your reading of the 2022 election result?
The reading is, it looks a little sad that the BJP has come back to power again. But at the same time, we know that it is the beginning of their end. It's the beginning of their end because you can see they have come back to power on very thin margins. Most of the seats they have won in Uttar Pradesh, in Manipur, Uttarakhand, as well as in Goa. It's on a very thin, they are skating on thin ice. So we are sure that aur ek dhakka do, with the next jolt, when the parliamentary elections come, I hope the opposition parties come down to Mother Earth and they realize the situation and they unify their ranks, have a common program, pro-people program, pro-working class program, pro-oppressed program, you can say the livelihood, to protect the livelihoods and the future of our country. And with that, they will stand up and fight the elections.
40 years of trade union activity in Goa? 40 years?
I am in the trade unions for the last 47 years.
47, yeah. Almost 50. The main three positives and main 3 regrets of these long innings.
Yes, the positives are that we have been able to touch the lives of thousands of workers in Goa. The positive again is that we have worked on a totally virgin soil where organization and organizing by the workers was not a kind of a regular thing. It was something little different, and because of the Portuguese colonial rule here, as well as because of the backwardness of the people. Backwardness in terms of
industry,
lack of industries. So therefore, it was more a little feudal kind of a culture. Yeah, and the third part that you can say the positives is that the workers continue to organize themselves today, and irrespective of the, namely the status of whether religion or caste, creed, or for that matter, region, they coming together and they are fighting.
Regrets? Regrets
is that in as much as I see that most of the trade unions and almost everywhere we have organized, but I feel like one who is like a child on the beach, where after building the sand castle, it remains sand castle. Someone comes along and kicks it and then breaks it. So that the regrets is that there is fragmentation of among the workers. The unions are getting fragmented. The second part of this one is that the level of consciousness among workers has not reached, maybe partly we are to be blamed for it, has not reached that level where we can take off and fight pitched battles, united battles, because there is again coming back to my first theme, that there is fragmentation of the workers. And the third regret is that we have not been able to build institutions for the welfare of the workers.
Very interesting. You started in 73, 74?
I started in 1976.
76.
So then we
One day we must sit and talk longer because there is so much the old history which very few people know about. Matani, Father Braz.
Yeah.
I did a detailed
Urban Lobo.
Yeah. Who else? Some names? Early days.
Early days.
Shaping influence.
Yeah, that Students' Union, I can say Jules Rebello. Then Sonak, Satish Sonak.
Yeah.
Even
they are your contemporaries.
Yeah, they are contemporaries. Even Iris was a little junior, but we were all that time together.
AGSU?
No, yeah, all Goa.
AISO?
No, AGSU. All Goa Students' Union.
Okay.
So we were the first founders of the AGSU, and what they call it, 50% bus concession was a glorious struggle.
78.
Where
78.
everyone,
78.
the north as well as the south, both
came
of
together.
them came together.
That history has to be told,
Then another important this that I can say was my participation in the All Goa more than 60 days Padayatra.
Padayatra. That has been written by John Paul Fernandez in a book that we brought out. I must send you a copy.
Please send me a
copy. Where the struggles were there and you all went house to house begging for money.
Yes.
Not begging, crowdfunding money.
Crowdfunding.
And someone even spat on you all because this Konkani Marathi.
Yes, that was in Asnora.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no, this story is waiting to be told. I will come when you are free.
Yeah.
And we will do it over length, half an hour. This is too hurried a occasion, but I'm really grateful that you gave me this time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for spending your time with me.